Welcome into the Super Awesome Podcast. I'm the dog, and I'm here with Captain
Hello, everyone.
and Butters.
Howdy.
What has been going on in your lives, Butters? You were talking about some car thing. Ready to go?
No, S10 in my basement's fucked.
Basement S10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well said.
it leaked all of its brake fluid and oil just sitting in my basement. Wasn't even driving at the time.
Well, parts
Nope.
for those are not too crazy. You can find a lot of the stuff for them.
And I'm pissed because it's an all-wheel drive S10.
Yeah,
and
you got
stuff.
the fur by fur S10. Speaking of S10s, what have I been doing lately? I fucking just hauled it's a S10 S15 GMC Sonoma because it's like a Frankenstein of a S10 and a Sonoma. Same type of truck, except it's extended cab and rear wheel drive only, not 4x4. But I had to drive it from Ohio down a mountain in the dark while it was snowing. It was fucking horrifying.
I was gonna say that sounds not great,
Fucking sucked.
but she made it back. She's
I
fine.
got it all the way back. The fucking battery's screwed though. I've tried every little thing to try to get the battery to hold some life to it, because you can like change the water out or whatever, put new distilled water in it and try to.
That's a temporary fix anyway.
I know, but you can get like some life back into it. But I've tried everything. I can't. The battery's fucked, so I got to get a new battery. I got a new. Her brother left the fucking. So it's throttle body injected, because you know how like your old Chevy that you had with the 350, but it's fuel injection, but it kind of looks like a carburetor on the top, but it's not.
It's like a fuel injected carburetor.
Yeah, basically. It's got one of those on the top, but her brother left the breather off, so I lost the wing nut, and I had to get a new filter because it was like fucking. It was soaked up in water and shit, and it was all like mildewy and rusted.
Yeah.
So I put a new air filter on it, and yeah, but I need to get it.
How long's it been sitting?
It's been sitting for over a year.
Jeez.
Still runs though. It's got the 4.3. That's what yours has, isn't it?
Yeah.
But is yours carbureted? Yours has the same shit, I would assume.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because yours is what, a 93?
It's not like super old.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I did.
I'll be.
I was in Ohio. Saw
I'd say an early 90s truck isn't super old at all. Like it's not 30 years old.
But yeah, I was in Ohio, did that. Saw fucking Butters. Didn't see you because you suck.
Well, I saw your whole family.
Yeah.
I've pretty much just been getting murdered at work. Put in 70 hours this week, so that's fun. And today I'll be working on my eBay store thing. So that's.
But are you feeling the Christmas spirit?
Yeah.
I hate this holiday.
Guys, on your products on eBay, are you going to have to deliver it?
No. No.
Has anybody given you any Christmas tips?
I did.
I got a couple of those last year. Dave Chappelle's wife gave me $100. And I'm not even making that up.
Yeah. $100. Some dude gave me I think the change from his lunch that day. He just was in his pocket. He gave me $11. I'm like, what a weird number to tip me, but I'll take it. Thanks. But yeah, speaking of Christmas and other holidays around this time of the year.
Jews.
Yeah, Jews.
Hanukkah.
Today we're talking about 8 Crazy Nights.
And boy, is this movie crazy.
All right. 8 Crazy Nights released. Oh wait, not. Yeah. We don't do Inner Worlds anymore. Released November 27th, 2002, written by Adam Sandler and a bunch of other guys. Starring Sandler, Jackie, I don't know how to say her former last name, but it's Adam Sandler's wife.
Yeah.
Austin Stout and Rob Schneider, and it was actually narrated by Rob Schneider. The film had a budget of $34 million and only made $23.8 million. considered a box office bust.
No, really?
Not
Yeah,
surprised.
honestly, I thought this movie was. I rented it from Blockbuster many moons ago,
Even
and
when I was a kid, I thought when this movie was coming out, because I can remember the ads for it.
yeah.
I thought it was fucking. I'm like, what? It's just weird looking.
Well, it appealed to the what angsty 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So
I've liked it since I was this many.
so, so
I
yeah,
also
I was,
like watching it. I'm like, who's this for? Is it for adults? Is it for kids? Because it's like it's a
that's a
little,
fair.
it's a bit
That's
much for kids, like little
that's
kids.
fair.
It's
It's
for me and
totally
my
not for
mom,
adults.
apparently.
Dude, what?
It's for people like me and my mom. My mom has to watch it in theaters with me, and I'm 9 years old and probably too young to understand most of the jokes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm like, who's the demographic for this movie?
yeah. I'm not sure.
I enjoy it.
Few fun facts. I have very few. I don't know about y'all. I had that it is the Happy Madison Productions first animated film, and it
Oh,
was the only one until like 2012 when they did that Halloween movie, the Hotel Transylvania.
no,
And
It's a
then
Happy Madison production.
yeah, um,
yeah, it's Adam
and
Sandler.
then another one I had was that the whole product placement in the mall.
Oh yeah, they didn't
That was
like.
to me that was honestly one of like the funniest parts watching it back because it was just so in your face, and I just thought that was funny. But apparently that was all done without permission.
Yeah, they didn't get paid for any of that or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
Y'all have any fun facts?
Uh, fun fact, I I just saw it somewhere, but the reason why the animation in this movie looks real similar to Iron Giant is because it is a lot of the same animators from Iron Giant. Like something about who the dude, whatever, I forget who they worked for, but they were like laid off at the time, and then they're like, "Hey, you want to do this movie?" And they said, "Sure." So like that's why the Hogarth and Benjamin are
They
like the
look
same.
identical, yeah.
They had the same face completely. Oh,
Um,
and yeah, well, you already kind of mentioned it, but yeah, the Jackie Titone, Jennifer in the movie is Adam Sandler. Well, eventually was Adam Sandler's wife. Or whatever.
not at the time of filming or whatever.
They must have fallen in Hanukkah love during this movie or something.
I got that. I got a 13% on Rotten Tomato.
Yeah,
That's all the fun facts I got.
13%
How'd
on.
this movie do so horribly when movies like Elf exist?
Everybody fucking loves Elf.
Dude, I
I
cannot
can't.
stand Elf.
Yeah.
Elf is. I can't stand most Christmas movies,
As
but I'm
far as holiday movies, this movie's top tier compared to Elf and Santa Claus 2
Santa Claus 2. That's
and Santa
Are you
Claus
talking
1.
like the Tim Allen?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen. We actually we do
Isn't there
the.
like 4 of those now? Didn't they have like a Tim Allen Santa Claus like TV show or
I
something?
don't
I
know
don't
anything
fucking
about
know.
that,
I
but
don't know,
I've
but
actually
you
never
can
seen
drive a
any
single
of those
race car
movies.
throughout any of those movies.
Me and Ash do a thing where we watch. We have like a set list of movies to get us in the holiday spirit or whatever, and we change it up. This year, we're actually going to watch the Santa Claus movie, like the first one. I'd never seen it before.
Really?
How?
I don't know. Just always. Well, I guess it
Hmm.
just wasn't a family movie that we watched.
I think that's one that we had on VHS.
Yeah, I was gonna say Santa Claus is a classic.
I'm
It
hopeful.
doesn't hold up as an adult.
No,
Christmas
all
Story
right. Well,
always
damn
holds
it.
up.
Damn it.
It's pretty
Well,
fucking
I'm
horrible to
sure I'll
watch as an
have
adult.
One
something
of
to
the
say
only
about
Christmas movies I like is Jingle All the Way, but it's because it's got
it. Foreshadowing.
no, I don't know. It's because it's got Sinbad in it. Sinbad's funny, and the movie's just fucking retarded the whole time. So it's like, it's like I don't know. Christmas movies are always stupid. They always have that like uplifting magical moment at some point where it's like,
And his
ah.
heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Yeah, it's always some shit like that. Well, this movie ain't like that. It's Hanukkah.
Well, then how's it go?
All right. In 8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler classic is a piece of shit movie. Takes place in New Hampshire, and Adam Sandler's character, it's fictional town of New Hampshire, Dukesbury. Adam Sandler's guy is Davy Stone. He's a 30-year-old Jewish alcoholic piece of shit, and yeah, he's just like the town piece of shit. And in the beginning of the movie, you see him there. He's at some Chinese restaurant, and he dine and dashes, and then runs out. And he's kind of like the town little criminal guy. And then he gets chased by the police, and he gets does he break into the mall?
It's at the end.
Oh, that's at the end. Well, whatever. It's a similar thing. He's getting all in trouble, and so he's ends up.
He's snowboarding on a trash can lid and singing.
Yeah, they're singing a song. He fucks up the town, destroys like the giant menorah and the Santa Claus ice sculptures. So he gets all in trouble. That's like the opening of the movie. He gets in trouble with the cops. He's all drunk. He's just kind of a low life. And then he's in court, and the judge is like, "You fuck up one more, or no." What does the judge tell him initially?
That
'Cause
they've
he's
been really lenient on him, and
yeah,
now they gotta
they were about to
buck
like
up.
lay the hammer down on him, and then Whitey, this like weird midget old guy that's like the YMCA referee, is like, "Hold on, judge. Let him do community service with me at the basketball team." Because Davey, you find out later that he used to be like this star basketball player as a teenager, and everybody loved him, and he was like, "Oh, this great guy." And then something tragic happens, and then he turns into a piece of shit. But yeah, Whitey jumps out, the most annoying character of the whole movie comes out, and he's also voiced by Adam Sandler in the most annoying way ever. He's like, "Hey, judge, let him be with me." Like the most high pitch, annoying fucking voice, and the judge is like,
cream donuts, my favorite.
"Yeah, the most annoying thing ever." And so the judge is like, "Sure, you can do community service with Whitey. That'll be your punishment. But if you mess up again, you're getting 10 years in the state penitentiary," which I thought was a little harsh. I mean, yeah, he's like kind of a douchebag, but 10 years in prison, like what? That's a lot for just being like the town drunk fuck up.
They
Yeah.
want him gone.
I think they had that 3 strike rule.
Yeah.
If you do 3 small fuck ups, then you get the hammer laid down on you.
But that's kind of the beginning. You find out Davy's a piece of shit, and then he gets punished, and he has to. Now he's with Whitey doing community service at the basketball like local rec center league thing. And
I did read that in the initial footage or whatever, Whitey's voice was even more high pitched and annoying. And like,
yeah, I don't.
test audience was like, "Yo,
Why did they
fix
make
that."
his voice that fucking annoying?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Comedic relief.
That wasn't comedic. It's irritating the whole time.
Damn it, kid.
So this town, it's actually called Dukesbury,
I did not know that.
Yeah, is that a joke in itself? Yeah,
like Dookie and Dingleberry.
like a
I thought Whitey just
dingleberry.
called it that to make fun of Davey.
I'd say this. So I have not watched this in a long time. I'll admit it's not as good as I remember, and there's way more music in it than I remember there being.
There's a song like every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
A really big like song too. It's like a big band behind it and all this like
Yeah. I definitely feel like this movie.
sucks.
I feel like this could be like in the final review part, but I feel like this is like the beginning of where Adam Sandler's like toilet humor really just becomes the focal point of his movies. Like
That's all this fucking
This
that's
is like-
every punchline is just like a shit joke.
yeah,
Like, okay.
not great. Again, coming back to who is this movie for?
Yeah. I'm like, is it kids? Is it adults? Who's it actually for?
I don't hate it as much as you, but
I couldn't. I've never seen it before, and this is the first time I've seen it, and I was like, didn't enjoy it from the beginning to the end. But yeah, so he's doing one thing I saw. I read some comments about because I wanted to see how people were rating it, and way more people are like, "Oh, this movie's great, 5 stars." Like they're talking about. I remember this when I was a kid. Very few like horrible reviews, which was surprising to me. 'Cause I saw a couple that were like, "Fuck this," 1 star, this movie sucks. I'd give it no stars, but well, except for the animation. The animation's good. But okay, so like we're coming up. So Davey's doing his community service with Whitey, and the basketball game's going on. And in the very beginning, obviously Davey's like, half-assing it. He doesn't give a shit. And then he makes fun of that fat kid like aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some reviews. People were giving it like shitty reviews because of the fat shaming and like the racist Asian stereotype like waiter because he's voiced by Rob Schneider or
You're
whatever.
Yeah.
giving it bad reviews for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm like,
you were just
I'm like,
offended by it, kid.
what? No,
You,
no, that's what
you're
I'm.
cream puff.
No, these people are like, I can't. All the fat shaming and blah blah blah. I'm like, you're missing the point on why this movie sucks. And also, I like good old fashioned fat shaming. Fat fucks can't feel good about being fat fucks. You can't just,
Yeah, kid, you shouldn't feel good about yourself.
yeah, I'm fat.
That's why you hated the movie, because you got personally offended.
I'm fat. Dude, when we went to Serena's house, her brother, first thing he did was grab my gut. He's like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yep, that's what I deserve." I wasn't like crying in a corner. Could you make fun of me like that?
That's right. You cried all the way home.
Yeah.
You bra wearing double chin heaven motherfucker.
But no, people are reviewing it. They're like mad, like giving it poor reviews on the wrong shit. But no, so Davey is working at the rec center, and then where is he with? He's with Whitey somewhere, and he sees his old flame, Jennifer, and her son is on the basketball rec team or whatever, and their people are like, was he getting picked on or something? He starts up a pickup basketball game with his old flame's son at the rec center, and that's kind of where it's Davey starts making a turn towards like maybe he's not a piece of shit. And so him and his old flame son, they like win the basketball game. The guy has to eat his jockstrap, which is hilarious. One of my favorite jokes.
Fro will make a reference to that if you hang around him long enough.
Fro will?
Yeah, he'll if you're just sitting there, Fro will just randomly go, "Why are you eating that?" It's referencing that scene of the movie.
Silly.
We always got to reference old movies.
Yeah. But as soon as you think Davey might be taking a turn for the good, they're driving back and his trailer house is all on fire. And he runs back in to get that the note that his parents gave him back in the day. And his whole trailer burns up. And yeah.
Kind of jealous of his trailer for some reason.
Yeah, so much.
Very
It'd be
minimalistic.
It'd be a cool trailer to
Does
like.
his car ever show back up in the show or in the movie?
No,
I don't know.
he just
He has
leaves it.
what was it? It was a Firebird or a
Something like that. I don't know. It's
Trans Am.
supposed to look kind of Camaro-y, whatever.
But he has it at the beginning, and the rest of the movie, Whitey's giving him a ride around, and then he plans to take a bus out of town. And I was like, where the hell's his car?
I don't know. He does
You
get
just
on a
leave
bus.
it.
That's fair. I never even noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed it the last time I watched it. I was like, where did his Trans Am go? Just disappeared.
Yeah, well, so his trailer house burns down. He saves the little note from his parents, which is you find out about them in a little bit. But he ends up staying with Whitey. Whitey's like, "You could stay with me." Isn't he? He's reluctant at first, but then he's like, "Sure."
You got nowhere else to go.
Yeah. And then you go to Whitey's house and you meet who I thought was Whitey's wife, but it's not his wife, it's his sister, who's like the second most annoying character of the entire movie. And then they do a whole song,
You
dance
get that
song and number
lovely song about technical fouls.
because that's a technical foul. I'm like, Lord.
I
Would you have rather heard Mariah Carey singing?
Fuck.
I do reference that song quite a bit in my day to day.
Yeah. That was like one of the longer songs too. I
Yeah.
don't know. It felt longer.
Even in the screen. All right. Let me move that.
That's a technical foul.
Yeah,
you got-
technical foul.
Yeah, you got that whole shindig.
What if he sung medium pace right there?
That's a great song. That's the thing. I like some of
See, I thought you would have liked this movie because you like being an asshole and you like some of Adam Sandler's comedic songs.
Yeah, but there's not any comedy in this movie. There's
Hey,
there's
those
reindeer
deer-
there's reindeer
Those
shitting
deer
on them.
eat that shitty ice to free
Yeah.
whitey. All right.
Maybe it's something you got to watch as a kid.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a little bit of
Maybe it doesn't
nostalgia
hold up if
goggles.
you watch it first as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so they do like a whole montage at Whitey's house where it's like, oh, Davy's not such a bad guy. He's getting along with what's his Eleanor? Is that his wife's name? Something like that?
Sister.
Yeah, sister. Yeah, that's another part that's like confusing. So yeah, they do like a little montage of them like getting along and Davy's not such a bad guy and blah blah blah. And then what tips him off? Like what makes him go back to being a
They bring up his parents.
Talking about his big game, the miracle on I don't know, whatever the
whatever
place
it's
is
called.
called, yeah. And then after he's done just playing Kobe ball and winning the game,
Yeah, the teammates are like, "How are we going to win? Just give it to Davy the whole time, and then we'll be set."
just
And that works.
Don't pass it, just shoot.
And after that game-winning shot, they're like, "Your parents are fucking dead."
What an emotional roller coaster.
I thought that was goofy. Like, I don't know. The story is just kind of stupid.
And all we have from the crash is this card, this Hannukah card.
Yeah, your
that I
parents
assume he
were
never
decapitated. Yeah, I don't know if he just kept the card the whole time,
Yeah.
but yeah. Then Davey gets all mad, and he goes he got shit faced or whatever, and then he breaks into the mall, right?
Mm-hmm. Then
He breaks into the mall and he's like hallucinating. For some reason, he's hallucinating. I don't know what was in his. Maybe he was drinking.
Maybe he's drinking
fucking
absinthe.
real deal absinthe.
Yeah.
And he's tripping balls, and then he starts crying because he never lets it out. He's got to let it out. That's been. And then what is like, no, he's gonna leave town.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna leave town, even though Whitey tries to get him not to. And then this was actually kind of funny. It didn't really make me laugh at the time, but when the buses, he like runs over a thumbtack, and he's like, somehow all 8 of my tires explode or are
the
flat.
damnedest thing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll have this up in 30 minutes.
He's going to change
Like,
all 16 tires in 15
I
minutes.
feel like that'd take a minute, but yeah. I hear you.
So that part was actually funny, and I'm like, oh look, humor that wasn't related to diarrhea. Wow, but it's like really subtle. Yeah. Then he goes back. He's going to the banquet, right? That's where Whitey's at. Because Whitey, oh yeah, that's one like theme throughout the movie. Whitey wants to get this patch from the mayor. What is it called? It's some kind of like, here, you did a good job thing, whatever.
Shit.
Something patch. The Dukesbury All-Star patch. That's what he wants. It's the 35th anniversary or some shit. And that's all Whitey wants. That's his whole thing. Oh yeah, we didn't mention Whitey has seizures out of nowhere. If he gets too excited, he just starts seizing out. I thought Butters, we'd appreciate your take on that.
Oh yeah. Why have we not commented on that? Butters?
Yeah, Butters.
Give us a first-hand
the seizures accurate?
Seizures?
My seizures are a lot less fun living.
What do you mean?
So
they're a lot more violent and banging my head on concrete. And
you're just horrifying everyone around you.
Yeah,
dude, when you had that seizure and half your face was fucked for like
Still got a photo of that. I think it's the funniest photo.
for several
Oh, my
months.
face is swollen and bleeding. I'm just like, "Wah."
I, for some reason, forgot to warn our old roommate about your seizures, and he called me panicking, like when you were having one, and I was like, he'll stop when he's finished.
Yeah.
Like,
I told you, it wasn't
I'm
gonna
like,
be
get him some water and then tuck him into bed. He'll be all right.
Just don't let me hit my head on something, but don't try and like put your. People are like, don't let him swallow his tongue. It's like, don't put your head in my or hand in my mouth because
Dude,
you're
that's
gonna
not
get
what
your
I put in your
fingers
mouth.
bitten off.
Oh, oh my!
I thought it was
No,
a safety precaution.
I think my favorite seizure of yours was the one where you
Where you
tried
just
to
scored a
murder me
touchdown?
when you came out of it.
Oh.
So yeah,
That was that was fun.
well, start
we fuck
swinging
like
punches. I
we
punched
I think
Mister.
you
What's the name, Mister Montague, in the nuts multiple times when I was having a seizure in gym class.
I just know you I like you came out of it and you were freaking out and then you
I know
grabbed me and
Mister
you
Mister
like
Montague.
we you yeeted me like we knocked the couch over like we went like the
You
whole
say I
thing
knocked a
down.
whole bunch of stuff off the coffee
I'm
table.
like, Butters, stop. Your
My
seizures
favorite.
are nightmares.
Wasn't Gomez there that day?
Yeah. And she
I
was
was,
very scared. I was like, he's fine. And then you came out of it way worse than
My
you went
favorite
in.
butter seizure is when when he caught the touchdown pass.
Oh, that was also
Playing
good. Yeah.
football, you just caught a touchdown pass and then immediately face first into the fucking dirt.
I think
Just-
before we saved you, we made a touchdown dance joke. Like, what a touchdown celebration.
Yeah. What do they call that? The seizure celly.
You're
Well, either way.
epileptic. Anyway,
I think
Yeah,
the parking lot one was my favorite because I woke up with all those cuts and bruises on my face.
What about when you
how
woke up?
nobody helped you. Everyone
Yeah, I
just
know.
stared
I
at you.
wonder how long I was there.
What about
Like, you had to have smacked your face on the concrete so many times for it to look like that.
what about when you woke up upside down in a creek
Oh, yeah, that's also
when
a
you
good one.
when you flipped your car?
We need to do an episode just on butter seizures.
This turned into that episode.
Oh, God.
All
All
right,
right, so yeah.
either way, we're going to the banquet where he's trying to get the Dukesberry. He's people vote for it, right? Everybody puts their
Yeah,
votes
the
in.
whole town.
And Whitey doesn't win the Dukesberry All-Star patch. They give it to John Lovitz, right?
Yep.
And because he's like a really rich guy and he donated to the rec center and got him like a new scoreboard or something. And for some reason he has a hook for a hand. So Whitey's all sad and he's walking out, and that's when Davey busts in and he's like, "Wait a minute. This guy's the deserving guy."
And
then
you all treat
another,
him like garbage.
yeah,
Then they sing that dope song.
then another song breaks out.
Hell yeah.
My favorite song.
And then everybody starts tearing their patches off and giving them to Whitey at the end of the song. So he gets all the patches.
Well, Whitey walks to the mall.
Oh yeah, Whitey he
At
goes to the mall because that's the only place that cheers him up for some reason. What the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with Whitey? He's got like a club foot. He's really small, talks all weird.
Well, they're sister twins.
Yeah, they're twins.
Fraternal twins or whatever.
She's weird too.
Yeah.
He's got some mental disability. That's all I'm saying.
That's why everybody hates him.
Everybody hates him, even though he's super nice to everybody and super optimistic all the time. And then, then they all give him the patch, and yay, celebration.
Yeah.
Starts buttering out on the floor right there.
Yeah, then he has another seizure because seizures are so funny. I mean, we made them sound like they were really funny, but they're not. They're fucking horrifying every time.
I don't know. Living with Butters, they kind of got funny.
Well, I mean, it's not. It's other people's reaction to him is what's funny because we've seen Butters have like a bunch of seizures, so we're pretty used to it. Like we're like numb to it, but everybody else is like, "Oh, what the fuck is happening?" And we're like, "Oh, that's just Butters."
That old scamp.
That kind of translates. I had a I got another buddy who has seizures, and I was working with him, and he had a seizure, and like the entire dock ran over to him, and I was the only one that was like, he'll probably stop when he's done. And I just kept doing my thing.
I was at a party and a kid was having a more of a Whitey style seizure on a couch. And this girl was on his lap with her face on his face. Like, you're okay, little girl. I get the fuck off of him. What are you doing? I'm just playing video games right next to him. Not even paying attention.
Lord.
Right. Well, that's basically the movie. And then, yeah, they had a Hanukkah miracle. Everybody, even the lady with 3 tits, gave Whitey the all-star patch. And then at the end, Davy's back with his chick somehow. We don't really get too much into that, but he won her over. And it's they all live happily ever after. All right. Any final thoughts, reviews before we have to do the thing? Wrap it up.
I think the hook hand guy was only like you asked why he had a hook. I think it was purely just to make that joke about do you think he wipes his ass with the wrong hand? And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
Like so the Asian guy could be completely surprised when he pulled it out.
Yeah, stupid.
He was like, holy shit, that took me by surprise.
Can we also mention the fact not Davy, but Whitey can just talk to animals? He's got like magic powers.
Well, for some reason, those deer were sentient beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
everybody in the town seemed okay with it when they were like doing pyramids and talking to each other.
They're like, yep, just the damn deers doing pyramids.
Yeah.
Keep looking. Yeah. My final thoughts / I guess I'll just get into my super awesomes. I'd say there's moments that made me exhale out of my nose a little bit. Definitely way more music in it than I remember. I definitely think it was funnier to me as a child than it is now. I don't mind Whitey as much, probably just because I watched it as a kid.
No,
but I could understand why he's annoying. All in all, like I said, I just think this is like the real start to the potty humor that is just so involved in all of Adam Sandler's work. I don't know. I'd give this like a 6.
6.
I'd watch it again. It's like nostalgic for me. So
that's
a 6 super awesomes.
That's so high.
Like a flat 6.
All right. Butters, since you also watched this in the past, what's your take on it?
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I think because I watched it when it came out, I guess. Apparently adults hate it. Because for me, it was one of my favorite Christmas or holiday movies compared to all the horrible holiday movies that exist.
Yeah. Well, what's your super awesome rating?
I'll give it like an 8. For
8?
As far as holiday movies go. I mean, it's a Christmas Story, but
like a weighted scale.
Yeah.
You give it an 8? Jesus. All right.
It's been my favorite Christmas movie, or one of my favorite holiday movies.
It's not even Christmas movie.
Holiday movie.
It's got a ice sculpture Santa.
Okay. Well, since we're running out of shit here, my super awesome rating on super awesome scale, final thoughts, whatever. I give it a 0 super awesomes because it's not super awesome. I thought this movie was fucking annoying from start to finish, and I don't think it's funny. Unless you just love diarrhea jokes. I mean, maybe that's for you. I don't know who the target audience is. And I think the only reason people would enjoy this movie is if they saw it as a kid. If you've never seen this before and you watch it now as a adult, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
Didn't you come up to me with a stand-up bit that was completely bullshit?
Yeah, but that's a shit joke in a stand-up setting.
I do appreciate
because I said it, not Adam Sandler.
What joke did I tell you? I was okay.
Well, don't spill your bits, man.
Fuck, somebody can. It's just a shit joke. And it's I'm being recorded saying it's me. All right. You know that first wipe you take after taking a shit? That's your asshole's signature. That's your asshole's John Hancock. It's a stupid joke. I fucked it up. But yeah, if you haven't watched this movie before, you would give it a horrible rating, is all I'm saying. I think for whatever nostalgia reasons, that's the only reason you'd give this a higher rating. I think it sucked. I would not recommend it. And it's
All
not
right.
even Hanukkah-y. There's like a few kind of Hanukkah stuff in there, like it's like a dreidel reference or something. I thought it'd be more Hanukkah-y. I don't know. There's not a lot of Hanukkah movies.
Hannukah.
You wanted more Jew stuff in there?
Yeah, I wanted it to be more Jewy.
You wanted more Jewy and Mariah Carey in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna wrap this episode up. Next week, I believe we decided we're gonna do Jingle All the Way, or not next week, but next episode, whatever. Yeah,
Doing Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, do
Shit,
one
I
of
don't
the
give a
best
fuck.
Christmas films of all time.
I'm already over this Christmas like holiday themed stuff.
Well, make a list, damn it, and I'll get it on the wheel, and we'll start
Will
that
you
up
check
again.
it twice?
Have y'all been outed this year?
How do I remove somebody from the call?
What the hell? Set
All
that
right.
up like
Well, thank you all for listening. Whoever's doing that, like, share, subscribe, listen to older episodes, and that is all I got there.
We're on
So-
YouTube and Spotify, basically. You can watch it or listen to it on either.
Super
Well,
awesome podcast, super
the-
awesome pod.
The newer stuff. Yeah.
We have an Instagram account that eventually I'll do stuff on,
Yeah. And a TikTok.
and a TikTok that somebody will do something with.
Yeah. We
I'm
might
sure
put
of
something
it.
on there. someday.
I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure we won't be lazy.
Great information.
All
All right. Recommendations. Fucking anybody. If you've made it this far, fucking tell us to do some shit.
Yeah.
we don't have
Anything
to
you
think.
want to hear us bullshit about. All right. Well, yep. That's it.
All right.
Bye.
Chief.